Hi, my name is Alan Quesada Magdaleno, and today we'll be talking about resolving pushbacks, objections, and misunderstandings. When I first heard the word objections, I thought it meant someone was rejecting my idea, but after going through the module, I realized that not re- that not really what objections are. Most of the times they're just questions, whether you're just going for an interview or trying to sell a product, people usually ask questions because they want to know more information before making a decision. This module teaches us how to stay calm, ask the right questions, and respond in a professional manner instead of getting nervous or defensive. What are objections? The biggest thing we learned is the objection is not a rejection. They simply they're simply another person's way of asking information. For example, if an interviewer says you don't have enough experience, they're really asking how you will still be successful in the in the interviewing position. If if in a sales example, your price is too high, they're really not asking why the product is, they're really asking why the product is worth paying more for. Instead of seeing objections as something negative, we should see them as opportunities opportunities to explain our value. That's why it's important to stay calm and listen carefully and avoid becoming defensive. Next, we want to talk about understanding the real reason. Uh, the the next idea is to figure out what's really behind the objection. The first reason somebody gives the first reason someone gives isn't always a real problem. For example, if a customer says the price is too expensive, maybe they just don't understand the value of the product, or maybe they simply don't have the budget for the product right now. The same thing happens in interviews. Someone might say you don't have enough experience, but maybe they're really just worried whether you'll learn quickly or not. The module recommends asking questions like, can you tell me more about that? Or um, can you tell me more about that? What specific concerns you have? By asking questions, you're much more likely to solve the real problem instead of guessing what their main concern is. Next, we'll talk about the six-step process. In a module, it gives a six-step process that works in almost every situation. First, we want to listen carefully and don't interrupt. Secondly, we want to restate the concern so that other people don't know that they, so other people, other, so that the other person knows that, that what we said. Third, we want to validate the concern. That doesn't mean that you agree with them. It just simply means that you understand where they're coming from or why they feel that way. Fourth, you want to ask questions to find out the real reason behind the objection. Fifth, you want to respond with a thoughtful answer and directly answer their concern that they might have. Finally, you want to verify that answer. Help help by asking something like, does that answer your question? Then ask if there's any additional concerns they might have. This makes you seem like you want to know more, and this could potentially bring out more concerns and more information you might want to learn from them. Um, Following these steps keeps the conversation positive and professional. Next, I'll be explaining some interview examples of the six of how to deal with this. First, um, you don't have enough experience. Instead of arguing, you could respond by saying something like, "I understand why that could be a concern. Could you tell me more? Could you tell me more of what kind of experience you're looking for?" After 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 they explain, you can talk about similar experiences you have with previous job, internships, volunteer work, or even school projects. The important thing is to focus on how your skills transfer to the new position. Then finish asking, does that answer your question? This approach shows confidence, professionalism, and it shows that you're good with communication. Next will be I will explain a sales example of this. Same process. The customer says your product is too expensive or your price is too high. Instead of immediately lowering your price, ask them why they feel that way. Maybe they expect a lower price, maybe they don't understand everything that is included. Once you understand their concern, explain how your product saves money over time, provide additional values, compare them with other competitors, just make your product seem better than other competitors. Then ask if your explanation makes sense before moving on. The module emphasizes that good salespeople don't argue. They ask questions, they want to understand concerns, and explain value. And that is it for this module. Thank you.